episode. Today we got a new guest today, Maximilian. How you doing, man?
Big timers.
Yeah, pleasure to be out here. Appreciate it.
Yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Usti. Welcome to the OBT show. Only big time man. As you know, I'm always with the only and the unique big timers.
Do big time. It's about Larry, but you already know. So we're coming back with a new episode. Today we got a new guest today, Maximilian. How you doing, man?
Big timers.
Yeah, pleasure to be out here. Appreciate it.
Man. Hey, before we get into the episode with Maximilian, make sure you guys check the other episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're dropping a new episode every
Wednesday, man.
Make sure you guys check up with the content, man. So Maximilian, how you doing today again?
I'm good. I'm fantastic. Glad to be out here.
We're glad to have you, man. We're really glad to have
He's
you.
a big timer. This is one of the big times. I was like, actually, I'm happy for having you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we be trying to like have you on the podcast, and because your pathway is a little bit different from people we usually bring to the podcast. So I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, we all athlete. We have a mentality. But before we even get into that, tell us a little bit about your background and where you're from and everything of it.
So I'm originally from Washington State, and then I've been swimming for about 7-8 years prior to that, and then I came to St. Cloud State to swim. And while I was transitioning into coming to college swim, I found arm wrestling, and my club coach, he did arm wrestling at the time, and he's like, well, you're one of the stronger kids on the group of the swim team. He's like, why don't you try it? And I was like, well, I just thought, you know, it's just drunk guys at a bar just do it, you know.
Right.
So when you look at it from an outside perspective, you know, you don't know what it is until you go into it. It's very big once you get into the sport, you know. So I came here to swim, transferred, swam for a year, and at that time I was transitioning as well in arm wrestling. My career wasn't that big, I wasn't that good, but I wasn't traveling as much. I didn't have that much exposure in Washington. So when I moved here and I was arm wrestling as well as swimming, my arm wrestling career started to take off. You know, that I came here and I did my first pro tournament. I got 3rd place, and then, you know, so on and so forth. And then swimming, I just got stuck. Like it just wasn't. It felt like it just wasn't made for me.
It wasn't meant for you.
Yeah.
But like, how was swimming for you? Did you swim in high school?
Yeah.
Like, how was it for you?
It was good. I mean, I you know, had a couple good state medals, state runs. You know,
Couple
goods. You know,
states.
It was good. It was definitely a good run then at the time. But you know, I'm a big gym rat. I love the gym and swimming. You know, going from swimming twice a day and lifting maybe 2 to 3 times a week to, you know,
living there.
Yeah, basically living it.
You're owning it.
Actually, like, later, I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? Like, I knew like arm wrestle. You know, in middle school, me and my friend arm wrestle. You know, the winner. I lost a lot of candy there, by the way. No, like sometimes, you know what, you gotta do what you gotta do. But once I met him, cool guy, we started talking and everything, and he told me what he was doing. I was like, yo, I gotta start watching more of this stuff, you know. So I went on YouTube, watching sometimes on TikTok, because I follow him. There is some arm wrestling stuff that come on TikTok, so I just pay attention, like, who's this guy, you know? Like, you guys tell me some names, sometimes I'm like, who's this guy? I just go watch them. I started interesting myself more to it, to be honest to you. You know, before, like you said, I was just like, okay, that might be some drunk people. Like, you know what, I'm gonna just put that. But when I started him doing, I was like, yo, we actually gotta bring him, because he's a big time on what he's doing. Because like, I went on his Instagram and I talked to him. Like, I can see, like, from 3 years ago, he wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, yo, I see a lot of people that tell me I want to get, not even like soccer players or athletes at all. Other people that go to the gym with, they always tell me, I want to get big. I want to get big. Me, I'll just tell them, bro, work out. They're like, bro, I've been working out for 3 years. I'm like, I have a big time here. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna get her the sauce. He has the sauce.
What's the secret?
Get you all right. I mean, over the couple of years that I've done arm wrestling, I've learned how to specialize. Because I mean, I do legs once in a blue moon. Yeah, people are gonna roast me for that, but
there's no way you do legs once in a moon.
No,
listen,
I don't do legs. I mean, like,
no. Nah, you got
what? I said like once every 2 weeks.
No, like once a month. Like, seriously. Well, because, you know, for arm wrestling, it's just because there's weight gaps or weight caps, like regular wrestling, you know. And so you hold more muscle in your legs. And if I work out my legs, I'm gonna get bigger, and then I have to go up into a different weight class.
That's interesting.
You know, so that's
actually interesting. I didn't know that.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, over the times, I've learned specific muscle groups and how to work specific areas in your, arms, like the brachialis, how to get that bigger, like your tendons in your forearms, your biceps, stuff like that, like shoulder.
So you just focus on just that part and just make it like.
Yeah, I just work on what's not only going to make me a bigger person in the gym, but also stuff that's beneficial for my arm wrestling career, something that's going to help me become better,
So guys, like, just to put this for the big timers, like, so you're not saying like he goes to the gym, he work out. But like some people, like for example, I'm a soccer player.
Right.
If I go to the gym and try to do arm wrestle workout, it doesn't go together.
It doesn't go.
So whatever you
Right.
in,
Right.
you gotta make sure you focus on that thing. That makes sense. Like, we ask him like, you don't work legs. He's like, nah, bro. But I'm pretty sure he jog, run, stuff like that, just to be fit.
Right. Yeah.
But like, since he doesn't really need the legs,
why would he?
Why would he work the leg?
Right.
I see some soccer players sometimes like
bench,
like benching 6 pounds, 600 pounds. I'm like, yo, I don't really need this.
It's good, but
like that's actually makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I only just like how I look at it is that since my career is heavily on arm wrestling, like I'm very high level athlete in arm wrestling. I just don't see working other things that's not going to benefit me in the long run. I mean, obviously, I do cardio, like Us said, I do cardio and stuff like that as well. But I just don't see doing legs. It's not going to help me. It's not going to benefit me in the time where I need to in arm wrestling.
Unless they have leg wrestling.
Yeah.
No, but
this very goofy, bro.
But something that is really like I want to know, right? Obviously, you was a swimmer at CSU. Like, how was for you, like, the swimming team? How was it? Like,
It was great.
Did you have fun and did you enjoy your time over there?
Yeah, I loved it. The swim team, it was great. Like, it was like family. It was just a fun time.
Right.
It was definitely, obviously, you go to a different school, you get different coaching. So it's just that coaching over there. I mean, obviously, great coach, great people. They're all amazing. It's just like that coaching, that setting just wasn't good for me. It wasn't benefiting in my
Understandable.
No, like
what I needed.
I can see what he's saying, because when I first met him, he was always the swimming guys. I was like, yo, do you actually swim? He's like, I'm in a swimming team. But I'm like, bro, you look pretty big for swimmers. You know what I'm saying? You're strong. Like,
You can,
and that's why he started telling me.
yeah,
I was like, okay, that makes sense now.
That makes sense.
But yeah, but like we brought Max here today. Just like I want to focus on, like, you were in a swimming team. Okay, you saw like arm wrestle from here and there.
Yep.
So at what time you tell yourself, okay, I'm done with swimming. I'm focused on the arm wrestle.
The shift, I would say.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I won my first pro tournament. So there was definitely a time where, I mean, when I moved here, there was a big tournament in October, and that was the first tournament that I got. I medaled in the pro class, and so that's when I saw, okay, well,
Oh, you're a pro arm wrestler.
yeah, I'm a professional. And also another thing that's a little side note, I also would not be able to compete in swimming because I do make a little bit of revenue on the side through arm
That
wrestling.
makes sense.
And
So in the NCAA, you can't get paid. Yeah.
They're coming for the big time.
coming for him, man. They don't want him to get to the bag, bro.
They don't want me to succeed.
Man.
No. But yeah, and then as time went on, there was another tournament in April, and then that tournament I won pro class. So at that time, I looked at it. I was like, okay, well, I have so much potential in arm wrestling. And then I literally looked at my progression from the year in swimming and the year from arm wrestling, and I looked, okay, well, swimming, I didn't progress this much. Oh, also, I've been doing it for 8-9 years. Arm wrestling just kind of feels like I was made for it, just because I was like a bigger dude. So like arm wrestling, in the year that I moved here, I've went from being an amateur athlete to barely making the pro class to, going from third place in a pro tournament to winning the pro tournaments to, stuff like that.
So you've been thinking like quick.
Yeah. Yep. Once I started, once the swimming season stopped, I focused more on arm wrestling because that's what I was doing on the off season.
Right.
And then I just progressed. It was nice.
Damn, Larry, you might have to arm wrestle right now.
At the end of the video, if you guys stick into the end of the video, I might beat him.
Yeah.
Guys,
Who knows?
who's team, man? Hey, Max already not winning this. No, but guys, here though, like for real. So like the thing I want to understand. So you just said like you're a big dude, right? So like even right now, Larry and I, we want to be an arm wrestler, okay? We're going for that path. I don't think we can like get to your level in like 1 year. You think it's possible?
In 1 year, no.
No. Okay, so
For how
like,
much I've achieved.
so when you start working, regardless of like your body, of course you gotta have some gift there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
natural stuff.
Natural.
You were already big,
He
okay?
was already a big guy.
But you wasn't like all muscle up. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually have to put some work in it. So like every time when you start doing this and you're like, okay, maybe I gotta start sleeping like this hour. I gotta start
Commitment.
this kind of food. I gotta stay away from this kind of people, you know, this kind of stuff. You know, I gotta maybe you have to party different because there is some stuff you can't put in your body anymore. How was that for you?
It was definitely very different because when I came here, I was definitely a party guy. I always would go out.
I can tell.
Hey.
Exposing me.
We're not gonna put this part in the video.
Nah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I did definitely party a lot. You know, I was just a party guy. Like that's all I did was I swam and partied. And then once I got that progression in my life with arm wrestling, I was like, okay, well, I'm at the national level. This is just like in the timeline. So like I won my first pro tournament and then I qualified for nationals after a while.
What was it?
I won nationals. We get into my achievements a little later.
We're getting there.
We can get to those a little later, but
got a national champ. No,
little higher.
Hey.
But we'll get to that a little later.
I can't wait.
Yeah. And then after a while, I was like, okay, well, I have to cut out certain people because they're either not helping me with my goals, which is one thing that's for me is that if you have a goal in something, I'm a very goal driven person. Like I make extremely high goals and then I make small little milestones. And it's very nice to see how far you've progressed. And I even write them down. Like I just remember like I have this notebook and I looked at when I made this goal, it was win my first pro tournament to becoming a world champion. I'm a world champion in 2 weight classes undefeated left hand. I'm the strongest 20-year-old left hand in the entire world. So strongest 20-year-old left hand at 190 pounds, 210 pounds in the world.
Crazy.
So
I'm left-handed too, but I'm going right-handed. I'm gonna be right-handed, so I don't
You're
feel
the
weak.
world champion in the building, guys. I don't know how it makes you feel. It's like this.
No,
is dope.
like guys, I'm listening right now, but I'm just like, are you looking for an assistant? No, like,
He can carry your weight.
You don't have to worry about that part. I got you.
No, that's really motivating, and it's the same thing when it comes to like your motivation, your goal driving as a person is just the same transition with every athlete out there, right? We play soccer, and it's kind of related to it, like how you want to get to there where you want to get. You have to put in the work, the dedication. Cut, as you say, cut the wrong person. Make sure everybody around you. Goal driven,
but saying to like that's the wrong person, that does not mean they're a bad person,
right?
But this is at the time, we're not going the same way.
They're just different mindset.
One thing I want you to like expand us. No, just like you came here, big party guys, okay? So from big party guys to not a party guys, and just focus on my thing. That transition is tough. You see what I'm saying? Like because I'm not saying this is not you. It was you, but like you didn't know that you were that guy. You know, because if arm wrestler wasn't there, you'd still be a swimmer, go to school, and party.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So how do you like, because it's hard to discipline yourself if you don't have any coaches to like stop you, you don't have any parent. You're in college, you're literally by yourself now.
Right.
You know, you're a man. So how do you like wake up every day and like, okay, bro, my friend's going to Chipotle, but you know, my friend is going, I don't know, McDonald's, but I'd rather go to Chipotle by myself. You know what I'm saying? How do you actually do that thing?
I think it was just like the goal thing. Definitely seeing that progression in arm wrestling. I definitely saw that I have a potential there. And I feel like being partying every weekend and like just putting myself in that I wouldn't say it's not negative, but it's just like I felt like I'm not.
It's not the
like
right environment.
Yeah, it just wasn't the right environment for me. I mean, it's great people. I love the people, that I party with and hang out with. Exactly, like you make the memories, but also I just feel like once I step back from that, my goals and everything just shot up because, obviously drinking can have an impact on everything. And, I lift 6 to 7 times a week that if I take one day off and it's like partying and doing all this stuff, how's that going to set me back? And, like I said, ever since my like career and my journey shot up out of nowhere, it's just like, okay, well, I have to do this much more to be this much ahead. And I have to do this much more to, because I have a lot of people that, believe it or not, look up to me in the sport. Right. And I need to set a good example.
Right.
And that's another motivation.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you were playing soccer, like if I was in arm wrestle and then you went quick like this, I want to do the same thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then let's be honest, okay? I feel like, especially for our generation, bro, the crazy part is we don't like waiting.
Yeah.
The process is too long.
Right.
You know, we want some quick stuff.
Right.
So I'm not lying to you. If I see Maximilian just did this, okay, guess what? Me, I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna start checking your stuff. What he's doing?
Right.
Oh, he eat here. I'm gonna go there. What he's eating? You know, I'm gonna look up to you. I have to. Look up to you. Doesn't matter how young you are, bro. I mean, we have to.
You're doing good. Obviously, you'll be an image for young kids and for people that want to get just as you.
For grown men too.
For grown men, yeah.
I'm left-handed. I'm trying to be strong. You know,
these guys. But yeah, I think it's definitely like a good, you know, you getting there and then being here with us right now, man. Honestly, it's really like, you know, we're grateful to have you and talking about your experience. Like, how many actually? I just want to be curious. Like, how many like championship or how many like tournament have you been to since you were a pro wrestler?
Okay, so I'll just say off the achievements. So I'm a 5-time state undefeated champion. So I have 5 state titles. And then I have 3 national titles, and then I have 2 world titles. So that's you know.
No,
but also another thing is I'm sure you guys seen it, but his name is Popeyes. So he has literally those big ass hands.
I saw that video you posted.
I arm wrestled him, and he was my first loss left-handed in a year and a half.
Damn.
I have not lost a left-handed match in over a year and a half, and he was my first loss.
So that was your first loss for like a long time. But you know, sometimes when you're winning and you have like kind of like momentum of winning, you even forget what it feels like losing. You know what I'm saying? You're used to that thing right now.
Exactly.
So how that make you feel losing and like you're like, okay, maybe I gotta come back to the reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm still beatable. Like, you know, there's people that can like destroy me still.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm definitely a humble person. You know, I don't think I'm like super high. No, I know what you mean. But like, once I lost to him, it was like this does not feel this like a burn. Like there's no how a loss is, right?
I don't like that.
I mean, I mean, my right arm is not nearly as good as my left. No, near. So my right is like the one that gets beat up all the time. It loses, you know. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm used to that.
Right.
But once my left lost, like once I lost to him, once I placed under him in the super heavy, because I didn't have to enter in the super heavyweight class, you know, but I did because we have this ranking system in Minnesota. You know, I'm second in Minnesota, left hand overall out of everybody, and then there's him. So I tried to take his spot. And then I entered in, and it was like a big grinder match. It's on my TikTok, you guys. Right. I'm sure you saw it. Yeah. And so I almost beat him, but then, you know, his arm goes all the way down to my tattoo, like right here. Like once we cup in, it just goes all the way down here. So where am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
You know, I can't go anywhere. But it's definitely very humbling for me, and it kind of snapped me back into reality. Like, okay, I'm still human. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I see that.
Yeah.
So like right now, like did you change like your workout, or like did you even like you know, like you said, you're a party guys. You stop partying to become this guy.
Right.
So since you lost right now, you're at this level. Did you cut like more stuff again for you? Like, okay, I want to become that guy, or you just like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing right now.
Right.
It's kind of like all of that into one. So I definitely changed up a little bit my training regimen. Okay. So there's like different arm wrestling handles, there's different like workouts, you know, stuff like that just made for arm wrestling. So I changed up a couple things. And then the partying life, I mean, I just kept it the same. Yeah, like I don't, it's just out the door. Like okay. I don't party anymore. So, like, you know, like,
so like you said, like you don't party a lot. And then when I go back to what you said, you don't party a lot, but like you stop all those things because you saw some like, I'm not gonna say success, because at that time it wasn't maybe nothing to you, you know. So you just start like opportunity. You saw the door open. You're like, okay, I gotta leave everything behind me. Just go.
Let's go time.
Yep, going for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So right now, if you have something to say to like an athlete, right? Like I'm a soccer player. I'm in college, right? And I'm just playing. You know, do you think if I see like a door open, we should just go? But like before I asked you that question, were you ready? Or no?
Oh, that's a good.
Was I ready?
Like I'm saying, were you ready? Like, do you know like you would become this guy?
No.
So you just like
not even close.
You were just practicing, and then it happened, and then you focus more on it.
It actually surprised me. It took me by surprise, and it was something that I never expected, because I originally, you know, I was swimming,
right.
And I was just doing arm wrestling on the side. Like I did not think it was just gonna do anything for me. But then once I saw that progression, once I started doing those pro tournaments, once I started seeing so many, you know, progression in my life, I was like, okay, well, this door, it's open. So I got to put my foot into it. And I can't close that door. I have to go right through that door.
So
you know?
When you come to college, when you came to college at first, you were already wrestling. I'm wrestling, right? So where did the love of that sport come from? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Guys, like waking up every day saying I'm arm wrestle, I don't see this every day, to be honest. You know, so like as a kid, like from what is it, Seattle. So like, how do you like? Okay, I want to arm wrestle,
right?
You know, because like people say like basketball, football, like hockey, soccer, maybe track. But why arm wrestle? Where did that passion come from?
It's definitely the community, because everybody in there is nice, and not only that, but it's like a high testosterone sport. Like it's just guys just literally like who's the strongest,
right?
You know, and I just find that really cool. Like you're just grinder, just going, you know, trying to beat some other strong dude. And believe it or not, like you don't have to be a really big dude to be good at arm wrestling. It's all about, you know, technique and stuff like that. Like I train with a guy that benches 450, and I can just hold him there, and I can just like move his arm wherever I want to. You know what I mean?
Damn. I'm trying to process. Hey, I'm trying to process it. Like
I was like, yo, this is the first time somebody's amazing my son. He's like,
I'm trying to process it. This dude, he's moving somebody that bench 445.
Yeah, I was
pound, just like I'm like,
no, guys. When I first talked to him about it, you know, and he told me like there is a technique about it.
Right.
So like, at first, I don't do arm wrestle, so I was like, technique. That's deep. So I'm like, you just gotta put the hand, you know, technique. And I started watching his video, but like you can actually see when he grabbed the hand, like you didn't see the finger. I'm like, yo, there is something here that like, you know, I'm missing.
Right.
I'm missing the point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when you go compete, right? Like, what's the mindset about it? Because like the game is quick. I mean, the game it can go longer how strong you are, but like most of the time it's quick.
It's quick.
You see what I'm saying? Like let's say like max 3 minutes. Let's say 3 minutes, okay?
Like a match?
Like max.
Yeah,
okay. Like I'm saying the max time you spend in there playing.
Right.
Okay. Let's say like it's 3 minutes. So you're there for 3 minutes, okay? But what's your mindset like? Because like I don't know if I have a soccer game, I know it's 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? The pump will be different than somebody that doing. You know what I'm saying? So what's your mindset once you in there? Because you see it's a lot of like I'm pretty sure it's a lot of pressure though. You know, because it's a strength against strength.
Right.
So the pressure might be different. So how like what's the pressure feel like for you?
I'm going to be completely honest. 99% of my matches don't stop because I'm on my left. I'm speed and strength. That's this way. You know what I mean? So it's called side pressure. So I have a lot of side pressure and power going literally sideways, and I have a lot of speed. So 99% of my matches do not stop left-handed.
Okay. What you mean by do not stop? So you just
like literally like boom, boom, like literally just like this, like that's dude, like that's just how it is, you know?
Right.
And I can be thankful for that because swimming helped me with arm wrestling, with my speed, with my speed and like my, I wouldn't say technique, but it just like the speed from off the blocks, because I was always the first kid off the block, you know, like the ready go, I was the first one to go. That speed and that like, you know, speed, it just transitioned right into arm wrestling, and that obviously, you know, helped me become where I was today.
But like but like this is really important, man. Like he just said something. So the speed from that he had in the swimming helped him to arm wrestle. So some guys there, bro, maybe you playing basketball and playing soccer, but maybe not. Maybe you're gonna be a golf player. You never know. So you know whatever you're doing right now, do it right. Because if he was lazy guy to swimming that never go to practice, I want to arm wrestle. You know, you might not even realize this, but like since you've been doing the swimming well and practicing everything, now the step that he was doing in swimming help him in the arm wrestle. Two sports have nothing to do.
Two sports have nothing to do with each other.
It's crazy though. No, think about it.
It is. That's the. I think that's the best thing I would say when it comes to like multiple sport athlete, because we don't have a lot of them for real. But like he competes at really like collegiate level swimming, and then he's a pro arm wrestler. So and when you think about collegiate athlete swimming helping to be like still helping to where he like competing right now at the pro level, it's kind of like crazy. Like it's really crazy because we had Duran West on the thing talk about he played hockey, he played baseball, and he played football, and he played soccer. And at some point it's just like when you mix all of them together, of course
there's
you have
connection.
You have some qualities that you need there, so you never know. You just gotta go full send. You gotta go 100% with whatever you into it at the moment, right? And then just do your best. That's how I see it, honestly.
Yeah, super nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, one thing that I would recommend. I mean, if you are in a sport, if you have something that like you're pushing for, like a big goal thing, that's something that you want to do. Once you see that opening, go for it, because you don't know how far it's gonna take you.
That's true.
Like that's like same thing. Just back with the arm wrestling thing. Like I was swimming, and then I was arm wrestling. Okay, well, I did not think I was gonna be this good at arm wrestling. Once I saw an opportunity, and I was treating both sports equally. You know, I was swimming, arm wrestling, whatever. You know, like as soon as I saw that that door open, I stuck my foot into it and I just proceeded. And you know, it just kept piling up with amazing achievements and things that I just, you know, I just still can't believe.
What's your mentality like? How do you get ready for a swimming match? For arm wrestling match, how do you get ready?
Mentally, I will listen to music, or I will just sit down, just think about what I'm going to do. I think about certain things. Okay, if plan A doesn't work, okay, I have plan B. If plan B doesn't work, plan C. So I think about different technical things, different technical attributes that I'm going to add to my match, that if the first one doesn't work, okay, well, I have a second one. If the match stops, okay, what am I going to do after that? And then another thing that I like to do is I like to like just talk, see other people smile. So when I'm at tournaments, I just like to make people laugh, you know? And that's one thing that helps me stay calm, is just making other people laugh, seeing them smile. I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of like my coping mechanism. So if I see people laugh, I'm like, okay, well, I'm in the right headspace. And that's, you know, that just helps me to the match, because there was one point where I was literally at a tournament. I was just having fun. Like I was smiling. I was just like laughing with the refs, whatever. Right. And, you know, I came out on top. I literally won undefeated. And that's like, and there's different ways that I'm still trying to figure out, okay, what mentality works best for me in that arm wrestling setting. I mean, obviously, you know, there's different levels to it. Like, let's say like, okay, this is just a normal state tournament. Okay, what mentality am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to have fun. A national tournament or a world championship, what am I going to do for that? Okay, I'm going to listen to music, get you know, in the headspace, you know, get in the right mindset. So that, you know,
so do you think every tournament have a different pressure?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like I said, like let's say it's a state tournament, that obviously, you know, it's more of like a have fun. And also, I mean, it depends on like what level you are.
Level you are. Okay, guys, he's talking right now. It's like Messi going to college and play soccer. You know, of course, it's not gonna be the same if you play in the Champions. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's saying. So when he say have fun, does not mean, oh, okay, you never practice and you go.
Don't mess around. Yeah.
No, I'm saying just do your thing, but it's not gonna be as much as like, you know, if you go into the world. Of course.
If you're not having fun doing your sport, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Like you want to have fun while you're doing something that could potentially be in the rest of your life. You know, like let's take soccer for example. I'm sure both of you love soccer, right? Yeah. So if there's one day you wake up and you're like, man, I hate this, or like, because the way I see it is like, okay, if you don't like your sport, you know, like if you just wake up and you're like, damn, I don't want to go to practice today.
It actually happened to him. Like, you know, you wake up one day, it's like,
oh, exactly. I mean, but that one day, also, if you look at it from a different perspective, one day like that can also help you progress towards your goal.
Which in soccer. Because of that day, that's why we're here today, making it.
So it's like, this is actually deep. What you just say is actually when you trying to like getting a different perspective. That's the key word there. Yep. Different perspective of not liking the sport you like at the moment. That's deep. Because it's literally at that moment you open yourself, you open your eyes, and there's other things out there like you're good at.
Yep.
And then you can really like, you know, be successful at too. And then it makes you realize that it's come from the sport you love. So it's like, I keep playing soccer. I love it. I would still love it, obviously. But, you know, things happen. But, you know, that's really important to
But you know, like Larry used to say too, sometimes the sport that you tend to love might end up hurting you.
Sometimes in the long run. Yeah, you never know.
Yes. Yeah, you never know.
Because like
you were swimming too.
Yeah, like in his case, he could have like stick with swimming, like no focus on that thing. Exactly. And then miss a whole door open for him for arm wrestling, or for
maybe even something else.
Yeah,
you know?
Who knows?
So I mean, even sometimes, you know, if you do one sport, it can obviously take you to a different sport, or if you do one sport, it can take you to like a work thing or something like that. You know, so everything in life has a branch.
There's a reason why.
Like, exactly. There's a reason why everything happens. Everything happens for a reason. You know, and as long as you're having fun. That's you just go on the journey, but you know,
guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go back a little bit because you said something that was really important, like that really stick with me. Right? You said that when you think about your plan before the game, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this for plan A because Usy's too strong. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing right now. But like, you know, you said like you have a plan A. If that doesn't work, you're gonna stick with the plan B and see what are the plan C. If the game stops right now, what I'm gonna do. So basically, you playing the game, not like people not stressed, not tripping, but you planning everything that happened so you don't react like randomly.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like,
Right.
and then that's really important, guys. I don't know if you guys can picture this, and we say this all the time. Prepare yourself. And when we say prepare, that's literally what he's doing.
Preparation.
Our plan A is this. If the game stop, and what about if you come with the, you know what I'm saying? You actually playing the game, but like not a stressful way, not like the cocky way, but realistic.
Be realistic.
Because stuff happen in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Happen in life. Yeah. And then when you compete, stuff happen. I think.
Yeah, exactly. And you do not want to be stressed out, because if you're stressed out, you might do things out of pocket.
Right.
You know, so you definitely want to have plan A, B, C, whatever. You know, and I mean it's not only in arm wrestling, but you know it's in soccer, it's in whatever you guys are doing. You always want to have it plan A, B, C, or whatever.
Right.
You know, you don't want to go into something and think, okay, plan A is the only thing that's going to work, because what if it doesn't? Then you're thinking, okay, what can I do that can recoup and retract me back onto the main course? Okay. You know, so
one more thing, we're just gonna when you said like plan A, plan B, that does not mean if the plan doesn't work, then that's done. No, plan B, 3, and C, it's all to go toward the plan A. Exactly. So like basically this, it's like a GPS literally. Yeah, you know, if you miss the entry, the GPS literally give another
route.
Right, you know, it might be a little longer, but like
you will come back at the destination at the end of the day.
So like, it'll take you back to where you need to go.
Right.
But like one thing too, like this is my second thing that you said that's really important. I think I didn't even notice. I just discovered this today, bro, to be honest. Before, like the reason why I think, in my opinion, you are successful, what are you doing? You said it. When I go to the straight tournament, it's a different mindset. I used to think, even though I'm going to play ping pong, put the same competition mindset there, not having, I just want to win, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes that can ruin you, because sometimes the energy you gotta put for the world tournament, you already put in the state tournament.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that, think about it. Because sometimes we used to play futsal and get angry. I used to yell like, sometimes maybe you should just have fun there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. And put that energy on something
bigger.
Yeah.
You know, be able to manage that. How do you I don't know, do you listen to like specific thing that help you manage those things? Because actually I didn't know this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, bro, we can be playing here ping pong. I'm trying to win, you know. Like, bro, stop,
Yeah.
I mean,
so play ball pong last time we went to the thing, how we were competitive, we were even ping pong and we beat you guys.
Think about it. Yeah. Even in that scenario,
right,
we were having fun.
We were having fun.
We were trying to win, but it was having fun. So like, I think that's one thing really important there, guys. Being able to like know, okay, here I'm gonna put this type of energy to win. Right. You know, here I need more of this. Here, right. I'm pretty sure when you went to your world champion, you were more focused. He wasn't making people laugh everywhere.
Exactly.
You know, even that's your personality.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, you know which type of energy to bring depending on where you are.
Right.
Exactly.
So like,
I would say that's
so like, how do you be aware of that? Like,
yeah. How do you manage that energy?
Like knowing that, okay, I'm with Us right now, I'm gonna do this. I'm with Larry. How do you match that kind of energy based on where you are?
Right.
I guess it just comes from experience. Definitely being in different areas and different headspaces. Definitely it taught me how to like we're sitting right now, you know, I'm very calm, having a good time. But if I just went to a high level tournament, obviously it's going to be a flip of a switch. But it just, you know, different areas has taught me how to transition from one mindset to another, you know. So I'm 99% of the time I'm calm, happy, you know, but also once I get to like that national side or a little higher up or something like that, you know, I'll listen to certain music. I'll do a little different things. I will be in my own headspace. I won't talk to anybody, you know, stuff like that. So
that's
deep, man. Like actually, I just discovered that part right now. Like when he said that, depending on where you are, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes just go have fun. Yeah, and that's okay. Yeah. Even if you're having fun, we know he's competitive right now. Right. You know, I know you never play basketball, but if we're going to court right now, you're going to be competitive.
Right.
But fun way.
Yeah, of course.
But it will not be the same energy if you're in the world like tournament. That actually makes sense.
But see, that's also the thing as well, is there's a fun competitive and then there's like a serious competitive. So like, let's say like you said, like if we all go on the court, we go hoop, that's a fun competitive.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to like kill you guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you go to in like a high level like soccer, you know, like game or something like that, you guys are going to be in a different headspace. You're going to listen to music, or you can do something that gets you in the zone. You're going to be doing something that really lasers you into the game, right?
I see. So that's actually true. Hey, big timer, make sure you have your note and just take your note right now, man.
Maximilian dropping
I'm telling you guys
right now, man.
But like here though, like, you know, when you start doing your like arm wrestle, you're like, okay, I'm done with swimming right now. I'm going with arm wrestle, right? Was it people there that said like, bro, this is crazy, man. I don't think you should do this, man. Bro, why are you doing this? Like, bro, arm wrestle. Bro, just swim with us. Like, still swimming, bro. Like, arm wrestle. Like, what? That's some weird stuff.
It wasn't just like people in the swim team, or not.
No, I'm not even saying
no. I know what you mean, but like, it wasn't just like people. Like, I'm not calling anybody out. I didn't mean swim team. Just like my swim family, I guess. Yeah. A lot of people hated on me because they didn't think I was gonna become something in arm wrestling,
right?
Or they just were like, "Oh, well, you're." You don't want to swim anymore. Why do you're not good at it or something?
They don't understand.
They just don't understand how it was.
They don't see the door.
Yeah, exactly. They did not see that door that I saw. And, once I saw that door, I went through there and I started progressing and I started seeing all these potentials and stuff that happening for me in my life. And then all those people understood. But also it's kind of that thing is like, people will hate you until you're big. You know what I mean? That's one thing as well. People will not appreciate you and how far you've come until they see, okay, you're actually like a world-class athlete or you're actually somebody really good. You know what I mean?
But here, do you think it was a hit? Because like, for example, I don't know, tomorrow if Larry tell me right now I'm going to golf, I'll be like, bro. I mean, right now my mindset is it's kind of different. I can be like, yo, okay, go do what you have to. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure like 3 years ago, I'll be like, man, golf? Bro, stick with soccer. I would try to be here like kind of stop you. But like you said, the opportunity door that you saw, I'm not seeing it because he's blind to me. I'm blind. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's seeing a door right now, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, exactly. But do you think it's actually like a hit or kind of just like, maybe like you said, it was like, with family. So seeing you going on your own way without me, I'm like, bro, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more like, I don't even know how to call this. It's not I don't think if it's a hate. Sometimes people hate on you, But like, most of the time when people around you trying to stop you, maybe because they are attached to you, but they don't realize that at the same time it's negative.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Too much attachment into not letting that person go, and when that person sees that door and not letting them go for it, kind of be hurtful too much.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, obviously, your close friends, if they don't see that open door, they're going to try to hold you back to something that they see, that they can see with you. But
they used to like,
like let's take my swimming, for example. Like, I had a friend that he didn't understand that I wanted to do something with arm wrestling. Like, I saw a door. Okay, well, I progressed this much. I wanted to do this with arm wrestling. He was so negative to me, and we're still friends to this day, but he was so negative to me. Yeah, at that time, he was so negative to me that he, was just like, oh, well, you're not going to be anything. Why are you doing it? Like, you have to just do swimming. Yeah. Like, you're better at swimming. And, as time went on and things like that, that door became visible to everybody. So, obviously it takes time. That invisible door for yourself will become visible for your friends, will become visible for, your fans, your, friends.
Yeah, that's
you gotta be.
I'm not gonna lie, I was the same guy too. Don't go to arm wrestle. But right now, what can I sign up for? I'm just playing with you. But like, if you think about this, right? You came from Washington.
Yep.
Come to Minnesota.
Being Minnesota state champ.
Minnesota. And then and then he came here, go to St. Cloud State.
Right.
I'm gonna do swimming. And now arm wrestle. If you sit down and just look at it, right?
Yeah.
Do you think this was even like would you put $10 on this odd? Never. I would not even put
the odd one. Really, I would say.
You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't even.
I'd rather go buy some crypto than put my money on it. Think about it.
No, like that's deep. That's deep.
Like I'm from Washington, Minnesota, St. Cloud State. Usually when people come here from those big states, they go to U of M.
They go to U of M.
But you went to St. Cloud State, swimming team, and now wrestle. Like
and be a world champ,
bro. Put it. Trying to say the like.
The math thing, bro.
It can't.
2 plus 2 is not equal 4.
It's not even 4 now.
It's not giving 4.
He's telling me like 2 square. I don't know.
It's not giving. Like,
but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that I did not see happening, and it's definitely if you look at it, it just doesn't add up. Like,
it doesn't.
Why'd I go from Seattle to a small school in Minnesota to swim, and then out of nowhere just go arm wrestle? You know what I mean? I'm
gonna be honest to you. When I met you and when you told me you do arm wrestle, I was like, hey buddy, like I'll do arm wrestle too with my siblings at home.
Right.
So, all right, bro, you just talk because you're big. I'm like, I bet. That was at the bar. I mean, we talk and everything, and after we follow each other, and I started seeing his story. I was like, okay, men look big, but And then when I went on like what his name, he posted his TikTok, and I actually swept on it. I said, bro, keep going.
Yeah,
because I on his page and I started looking. I was like, this man is not playing, bro. I was like, this is actually serious. Because you know what I'm saying? People come here like, oh, I'm a boxer. Okay, cool. Because you went to 2 practice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
But when you actually tell me, I'm like, all right, cool. I want to see some. And when I started seeing the practice, and when I went to the page, I'm like, okay, dude been doing. Yo, I was like, this is different. Actually, it's different. You know, even when I see some of his picture like on Instagram and stuff, I'm like, yo, this is actually work. Because sometimes, you know, people have a body, but they have some bad substance, and you can see on the body, this is not right.
Right.
But when I look at the picture, bro, I'm like, bro, this is tough. I look at my picture, I'm like, I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah, man. I gotta work on that, man.
I gotta work on this, man.
This
No, I'm telling you, Max, like, you work out. I was even saying, like, before you, I said, like, there's a lot of people, like, might need some bigger body. How to get big? Just hate him, like, text him. How'd you do this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure, like, 4 years ago, you wasn't like this.
No. And also swimming was kind of holding me back to become what I am. You know what I mean? Because I was swimming so much, so I was so lean.
Yeah.
And I was lifting 2 to 3 times a week.
Right.
You know.
Now you lift every
but now,
night.
basically, yeah. Like
that's something that I'm curious about. Cause we haven't really talked about it. Like, how is your arm wrestling environment? How's your team? Like, how's your coaches? Like, do you have a team? How does that work? Like, who pushes you every day, even the day you don't really want to do it? Like, because I believe you have people behind you. You have a whole crew that you work with. So, like, how does that?
And guys, I'm pretty sure he's somebody that push yourself too. But you know, like, you still need other people like to know.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
at a pro level, obviously, you need a team working with you.
Yeah. So I do have a team here. They're called NBK, Natural Born Killers. Okay. And we do have a coach, but it's also kind of like I'm also kind of a coach too, just because I've become very technical in the sport, and I've become so like knowledgeable in certain technical areas that I've also stepped up to have people in our team look up to me, not just because of my like achievements, but also just because of how, you know, smart I am on the arm wrestling table. And so the coach and we both go hand in hand of, you know, teaching people things. And we're not, every time we're at practice, we're not trying to beat the person. I'm the person that lets them work what they need. And then when they achieve what they have, okay, then it's my turn, because I'm trying to teach these new people how to become the best, how to become somewhere like me, or if not me, better, you know, because I'm a person that gives. I don't like to receive things. I like to give things. I like to make other people better. I like to see other things, like, for those individuals to progress and to grow and make them better every single day. Like, every time I go to practice and I talk with the coach, we think of, okay, what did we do last week that we can think of today to help them? Or, okay, let's ask what they want to work on, what we could give them, what they want to do, so we can help them achieve that section in the arm wrestling journey. What do we want to work upon ourselves? Because sometimes during practices, I will use like resistance bands, because I mean, you know, I am quite strong.
Quite strong.
So there's somebody.
It's a quite strong.
Hey, he here trying to play safe. I'm throwing the
red flag here, man.
No, that's a red flag there. Yeah. I'm quite strong. Strong.
Yeah. But they take, you know, like that thick green resistance band,
right?
Like
the hardest.
Yeah. So one guy will be pulling it this way, and I'll just be here with another guy arm wrestling me, left-handed, and they'll be pulling it this way, and I'll be arm wrestling this way, and I will hold that person there, and then I will, you know, do what I have to work on.
That's
guys.
I don't know if you guys realizing this, man.
I don't know if Big Time heard what he said. There is somebody pulling the band, and somebody else he's holding it, and somebody else against his arm.
He's wrestling somebody else while he's arm.
So that's 2 people and the band. Man, soccer is good, huh? No, I'm saying, but think about it though. For him to be where he's at right now, the work ethic has to change. Like his practice has to be even harder than the game. I'm pretty sure it is sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. You know, like for the game to be, because when it's game, it's showtime, and when it's showtime, you're just there to have fun because you did all the work before. You see what I'm saying? And for all my college athletes there, same thing for you guys. The work you were doing in high school, that work is enough to get you to the high school, to the college level. So once you get to the college level and keep doing the same thing, you can now, because you people that are actually doing college stuff.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You have to change the training.
For you, I'm pretty sure the training between your state champ and your
work
champ was
He wasn't
different.
the same.
Because you started seeing more stuff.
Exactly.
You know, preparation, like,
Right.
okay, I gotta start adding
Right.
stuff. You know, and you started following people, you started saying things that like I gotta upgrade. Because if I wanna be at this level, I can't keep doing the state thing. Otherwise, you just be a state guys.
Right. Yep. It all starts with everything, with a motivation and a mindset. You start the baseline with a motivation. You have a motivation, right? Okay, well, I want to get better in this, right? Okay, now I want to set little milestone goals. Okay, I set like milestone little goals. Okay, what's going to be after that? What's the big goal? What am I trying to achieve? Once you achieve that big goal, okay, I became a world champion. All right, what do I want to do now? And that's one thing that I haven't figured out yet. You know, like, okay, well, I hit the best of the best, right? What am I supposed to do next? You know? So at this point, it's just training, seeing where I'm at, things like that. And it's not just, I'm trying to just say to everybody else, like, if you want to achieve something, you want to start it off with a goal and a mindset. And I'm a very goal-driven person, you know, and small little goals. Okay, what do I have to do to achieve this? What do I have to do to become this? What kind of people do I have to have with me to help me achieve this? Because, you know, like I said, I'm a very strong-minded person, but having that extra group of friends, you know, to help you push you towards your goal can also help you boost up to, you know, the unlimited possibilities.
So here we can finish on this, but like you just said it, you're gonna like like in that situation, you put your goal and what kind of people, right? But like, how do you surround yourself with those kind of people? Because if let's say like I'm in your swimming team right now, I'm in your arm wrestle, right? Okay, your case is different because I know you, you know, I know him personally. So like you're like a social person. But let's say if you wasn't a social person, how can I like be around you? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like I'm here, I'm trying to arm wrestle, or I'm trying to be somebody like gym, lifting, weightlifting. I'm like, okay, I like what Max is doing. How can I be around Max? Because I'm pretty sure right now, like not even right now, in general life, you don't just see people right now, okay, we're just gonna be friends tomorrow. That is that time, you know. But like, how do you break that with people? See, like, okay, Larry's beneficial for me, Us is not.
It's definitely if they have the same mindset as you. You know, like let's take back that partying, for example, from earlier. If let's say like, you know, you and me, you party and I don't, right? Okay, well that's gonna drive me a little bit away from you because you have a different mindset. If somebody like, let's say like we meet in the gym, right? Like, okay, well you're trying to work to better yourself in the gym, and I'm trying to better myself in my sport. Okay, we have the same mindset or general mindset. That's how we become friends, because we both want to work upon ourselves and get better in something that we have a future in. You know what I mean? So definitely picking and having people like that, or people that support you. They don't have to be friends, but if they support you from afar. You know, they like let's take like YouTube videos, for example. Like people comment, "You're doing great." You know, you're not friends with them, but they're supporting you from afar. Right. You know, that's also a boost of motivation.
It is.
So,
yeah. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. So, I see you got a shirt on. Is it like a brand? Is it your brand? Is it what's coming up there, man?
Yeah. So this is my logo. So I got a YouTube channel, and I started branching out. So for my YouTube channel, I do all my arm wrestling tournaments. I do training vlogs. I do nutritional help. You know, I'm very open to helping people. You know, if it's like certain workouts to certain, you know, like what to eat, you know, what do I do to help myself cut or something like that, you know. It's also a YouTube channel.
What's the YouTube channel?
So it's Maximilian Arm Wrestling.
What is my phone, man? I actually gotta go subscribe there because like guys, I want to know what to eat, you know, because like I talked to a lot of people that tell me like, oh, I want to gain weight. Like say some soccer player, like they actually need to get weight, you know, they gotta get some weight, but like how can they do that properly, you know? So I'm like, okay guys, go check it out.
Where can they find you? Where can they find you?
Maximilian Arm Wrestling on YouTube, or you can go to my Instagram. It's just Khaperman. It's just my last name. Yep. I mean, you know, I just started to make shirts, and you know, it's slowly becoming something.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question. Do we have to be big to be able to wear this? I can just wear it now.
This guy keeps rolling with you. Hey, big time, man. Hey, make sure you guys, if you keep up with the episode, make sure you guys check up the other episode, man. We dropping episode every
Wednesday, man.
Make sure you guys check up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Maximilian, you got anything else to add or what?
No, I'm just thankful to be out here, just trying to motivate others, trying to push everybody to be the best that they can be. That's all I love to do. I love seeing people happy. I love seeing them go towards their goals.
That's awesome, man. We're grateful to have you, man.
For sure.
Thanks for coming, and hopefully you can come back again.
Hopefully.
Has to come back.
He has to.
But once I get big too. Because
we're gonna have to have a match on here.
I don't know about it, but as far as us,
OBT only big time, man.